Today, we are counting down 25 of the weirdest, craziest, and most shocking animal facts on Earth. Nature is terrifying, hilarious, and sometimes completely unbelievable. Did you know there's an animal whose heart is inside its head? Did you know that there is an animal whose heart is inside its head? Or that one tiny creature that can sleep for 3 years? And wait until you hear about the animal that says hello by kissing. Some of these facts sound fake, but every single one is real. And trust me, the final fact might completely change how you see animals forever. Let's begin. Number 1. Shrimp's heart is in its head. Shrimp may look tiny and harmless, but here is something absolutely bizarre. A shrimp's heart is located inside its head. Scientists discovered that the shrimp's organs are packed tightly together inside a protective shell called the cephalothorax. Imagine having your brain and heart in almost the same place. Imagine your brain and heart having them almost in the same place. Heart inside the head. That is the life of a shrimp. At number 2, the snails can sleep for 3 years. You heard me correctly. The snails can sleep for 3 years. You think you love sleeping? No, you don't love sleeping. Snails can sleep for up to 3 years. That's not a nap. That's a disappearance. This usually happens during extreme weather conditions when snails go into a survival mode called hibernation. Yes, for 3 years. 3-year sleep. That's the life of a snail. At number 3, slugs have 4 noses. Humans have 1 nose. Dogs have 1 nose. But slugs, they have 4. These strange creatures use different tentacles to smell chemicals in the air and on the ground. Yes, so technically, slugs are smelling everything around them all at the same time. 4 noses for better living. That's the life of a slug. At number 4, elephants can't jump. Elephants are giant, powerful, and intelligent, but there is one thing they can never do: jump. Unlike almost every other mammal on earth, elephants always keep 1 foot on the ground. So if you ever see a flying elephant, run for your life, because something is very wrong. Elephants cannot jump. At number 5, rhinoceros horns are made of hair. Rhino horns look as hard as stone. Rhino horns look as hard as stone, but shockingly, they are actually made from keratin. That's the same material found in human hair and fingernails. Rhino horn is equal to hair. So technically, a rhino horn is basically a giant compressed hairstyle. A rhino hole, a rhino horn is basically a giant compressed hairstyle. At number 6, you can hypnotize a frog. This next fact sounds like magic. If you place a frog gently on its back and softly stroke its stomach, it can enter a trance-like hypnotic state. Imagine becoming unconscious because someone rubbed your belly. Hypnotized frog. At number 7, sloths take 2 weeks to digest food. Sloths are famous for being slow, but their digestion is even slower. It can take 2 weeks for a sloth to fully digest a meal. That means your lunch today could still be inside a sloth next month. This world. At number 8, a cow can produce 200,000 glasses of milk. One cow can produce around 200,000 glasses of milk during its lifetime. That's enough milk to fill an entire swimming pool. Yes, you heard me correctly. A cow can produce 200,000 glasses of milk. At number 9, bats always turn left when leaving a cave. Scientists observed something incredibly strange. When bats leave caves, most of them naturally turn left. No one fully understands why. Imagine if human beings all existed buildings by turning left automatically. The life of bats. Why turn left? No one fully understands why. At number 10, kangaroos can't fart. Yes, you heard me correctly. Yes, this is real. Kangaroos produce almost no methane gas. So unlike cows and many animals, kangaroos basically don't fart. The cleanest animal, the kangaroos. At number 11, ostrich eyes are bigger than their brains. Yes, you heard me correctly. An ostrich's eyes are actually bigger than its brain. That's explain why these birds sometimes act completely ridiculous. Imagine seeing the world in HD, but not fully processing it. I wonder how they manage. But the truth is that an ostrich eyes are bigger than their brains. At number 12, orangutans fall from trees a lot. Orangutans spend most of their lives in trees, but shockingly, many of them fall regularly. In fact, nearly half of the orangutans have fractured bones. Tree falls for the orangutans. At number 13, frogs vomit their entire stomach. Yes, you heard me correctly. This next fact is absolutely disgusting. If frogs need to vomit, they throw up their entire stomach. They literally pull the stomach out of their mouth, clean it, and swallow it back. Nope, for humans. At number 14, pigeons can recognize famous paintings. Believe it or not, pigeons are smarter than people think. With training, pigeons can tell the difference between paintings by Claude Monet and Pablo Picasso. So the next time you insult pigeons, remember, they might understand art better than you. At number 15, the chevrotain looks like a vampire deer. This tiny animal looks like a cute deer until you notice the fangs. It's called the chevrotain, one of the strangest animals most people have never heard of. Tiny vampire deer. That is the chevrotain. At number 16, we have capuchin monkeys pee on their hands. Capuchin monkeys have a very weird hygiene habit. They urinate on their hands and rub it on their feet. Yes, nature is weird. At number 17, only males are peacocks. Here is something many people don't know. Only males are called peacocks. Females are called peahens. Only males are called peacocks. Females are called peahens. And together they are all known as peafowl. Mind blown. At least now you know, and I know. At number 18, dragonflies make heart shapes when mating. Dragonflies and damselflies form beautiful heart shapes while mating. Dragonflies and damselflies form beautiful heart shapes while mating. This might be one of the most beautiful moments in the insect world. Nature's heart of love while mating. Number 19. Every tiger stripe is unique. No two tigers have the same stripe pattern. It's basically like a human fingerprint. So every tiger has its own natural ID card. Number 20. Grizzly bears can crush a bowling ball. Yes, grizzly bears can crush a bowling ball. A grizzly bear bites is so powerful it can crush a bowling ball. Bite force monster. That is terrifying. Number 21. Prairie dogs say hello by kissing. Prairie dogs greet each other with little kisses. It's actually their way of recognizing family members. Yes, this is how they recognize family members. That's how. Oh God, it's adorable. That's somehow adorable and hilarious at the same time. At number 22, cats meow for humans. Cats usually don't meow to communicate with other cats. They mainly meow to get attention from humans. So your cat has basically trained you. Next time you hear a cat meow, just know it's creating and communicating for your attention. Number 23, flamingos are naturally white. Flamingos are born gray or white. Their pink color comes from eating algae and brine shrimp. You are what you eat. And now you know that flamingos are not born pink. Flamingos are born gray or white. And the pink color comes from eating algae and brine shrimp. Number 24, axolotls can regenerate limbs. The axolotl has a superpower straight out of science fiction. It can regrow limbs, parts of its brain, and even section of its heart. Scientists are studying them to unlock human healing secrets. Number 25, pangolins and anteaters have no teeth. Yes, pangolins and anteaters have no teeth. These animals survive completely without teeth. They use long sticky tongues to capture insects. They use long sticky tongues to capture insects. And somehow nature made it work perfectly. Now you know that the pangolins and anteaters have no teeth. Nature is more unbelievable than fiction. Which fact shocked you the most? The frog vomiting its stomach, the shrimp heart, or the kissing prairie dogs? Comment on the screen. Comment your favorite fact below. If you enjoyed this video, smash like, subscribe, and turn on notification for more insane facts from around the world. And remember, the planet is far stranger than we think. Subscribe for more videos. Travel the world with me, your boss TV God. Travel the world with me, your only boss TV God. Peace for tourism promotion and economic development. Peace be with you all. Peace.